guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my very first holiday palette review. I do this every year, and every year I love and get excited to see what colors they come out with. As you can see from the title, I purchased the new Tarte blush palette. This always sells out every year, so I get it early because I know that I will probably regret it if I don't. So I wanted to show you guys the new palette as well as compare it to the last 2 years that they came out with, and also show you a first impression. I do not have any blush on at all, so I can purposely show you how these are, how they blend, how they look when you apply them, and how to apply them to see if they're any different from the previous years. So if you are interested to see if you even want to consider this palette, just stay tuned. So first of all, the amount of this is $44. This is what the actual box on the outside looks like. It is super simple, nothing extravagant. It tells you the names of the actual blushes on the back right here. So I pulled it out, obviously, and this is what it looks like. If you guys remember from 2 years ago, this looks very similar from the not last year's, but the previous years to that. They finally brought it back slim. Last year's was so bulky. It was cute and nice, but not practical by any means. But this slim packaging, yes, this is what I like. So as you guys can see, it has a black sparkle to it, and I can tell you right off the bat, it is already falling off all over my hands. So that is something to note about the packaging. You're going to get some sparkle and fallout off of this packaging because it is not like the very first one's material. It's different. It's more glittery. It has those black sparkles that will come off your hands. So that's the first thing. So now that we know what the packaging on the outside looks like, we're going to open it up on the inside. So it brings this little insert thing that you can actually throw away finally. It brings the usual mirror, and if you guys look, the names are imprinted on the actual packaging. Finally! They actually listened to us. So this is what it looks like this year. You have 4 matte shades, and there's only one with a little bit of shimmer or sheen to it, which is the very, very last one. So I'm going to start off with this side and move forward, and I'm going to swatch them for you. So the first one is called Fetching. This one, the texture of these is very nice and soft. It's not it's not super hard where you really can't swatch it. Oh, and this is gorgeous. So soft and beautiful. So that is Fetching. That's the first one. The next one that we have is called Dollface, which is one that they have in a permanent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is a permanent one because I think I have it as a single, and I may have already got rid of it because it is too cool toned for me. So that one is Dollface. I don't even know if you guys can even see that because it is a super light cool toned pink. The first one's more of like an apricot peachy pink. It's really, really pretty. It's definitely a color up my alley. The next one I have is called Prim. Prim is more of your... It has brown undertones to it. It's your neutral color. It's very pretty. I could see this one being a very wearable color, which is right there. The next one is called Smashing. Smashing is more peach than Fetching. Fetching, if you look at them next to each other, Fetching is more of a mauve color. And Smashing is definitely your true peach blush. Definitely a true peach blush. As you can see it right there. I'm trying to make these a little bit darker for you guys. And the last one, which is the only one that has any shimmer on it, is called Beaming. And Beaming is like your light peach with some silver sparkle to it. It's very light. So we will build this sucker up. It's right there. So by feeling these feel very, very soft. I'm kind of bummed that they put Dollface in here, knowing that this one is part of their normal collection. I'm pretty sure I have that one. If it's not in the permanent, I know it has come out as a single or in some sort of set that they sell. So this isn't one that they haven't had already. Compared to the very first one, that was the very first palette that they came out, was the only one that came out with a bronzer. These are all blushes completely. Super soft, as you guys can see. It is a very nice, they're very soft to the touch, and I don't feel like I had to push really hard down on them to get some pigmentation. Like sometimes with the actual permanent ones, you have to really dig in there to get any sort of payoff. With these, I didn't feel like I had to do that with. So these are beautiful. So I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to go with, let's go with Fetching. I'm going to put Fetching on. So I'm going to grab my Real Techniques blush brush and go ahead and just dab it in there. Ooh, see how pigmented that is? Dust that off and put it on for you guys. Ooh, that is beautiful. That is so pretty. Look at that. Can you guys tell? I don't know if I'm getting washed out. But let's see. Compared both. See, this has no blush and this has blush. It is beautiful and it blends so nice. I like it. So this is definitely a hit. If you have not tried these, yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful blush. And it didn't take much to build at all. Now, looking at it, I do see some fallout, which I have not seen in the previous ones. I don't know if you guys can even tell, there is fallout on here. So it does have some powdery kick up. If that's not something you like, that's just a fair warning. But the pigmentation is definitely there with the swatches, as well as when you place it on your cheeks. Oh, Fetching is gorgeous. I love that color. Oh my goodness, I'm already in love. I knew I was gonna love it. So now that I have swatched it for you guys and placed it on my cheeks, and so far we have passed the test. I love it both ways. I want to compare it to you guys, because at this point I would say yes, the pigmentation is there. The price for $44 for 5 of these is definitely a steal. I say it every year. The color range is beautiful. You get cool tones, you get warm tones, you get a neutral blush color, you get the actual mirror, you get the slim packaging. So just on its own, I would say yes, hands down. If you're looking for this palette or you want it and you've never gotten one before, I would say hands down, get it. It's going to be sold out. I say it every year. I warned you guys last year. By the VIB sale, it will be gone. It will be gone completely, and you will be hunting it down or paying an arm and a leg on eBay. So if you really want it, just if you don't own any of the other ones, yes, get it. So far it is the best, especially because they put the names on here now. They finally listened. That's another plus. So they've upgraded from the previous years. Now I'm going to compare it to the previous years, because if you do own them, you're probably wondering, do I really need it? Are there similar colors? Are there repeats? So that's what I'm going to do for you now. So the very first one looks like this one. This one is definitely one of my favorites. This one was called Off the Cuff, and it came with a bracelet. By the way, this one does not come with a free gift. I didn't get a bracelet. I didn't get barrettes. I didn't get nothing. It's just the box, and that was it. With this one, you did get a bracelet that had a gold bow and it had a black leather like strap to it, which I still do have. I just don't know where it is at the moment, but I do have that still. So that's what this one came. This one was one of my this was definitely my favorite packaging out of all of them. It just feels nice and soft. It's beautiful. Now with this one, I had to keep the insert because I need the names. So I can tell you right off the bat, Dollface is repeated. Hands down, yep, Dollface is repeated. So I am going to just put this down here so that I can tell you the names and show you both of the palettes together. So here is the 2 years ago, and this is the one that came out this year. So as you guys can see here, this one right here in the 2013, this one's doll face, and this one's doll face. So that is a definite repeat already right there. Now with this one right here, which was a 2013, 2 years ago, it came with the bronzer, which is the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. This is the only one so far that's come with the bronzer, and there's 4 blushes. With any other color, I would not say that they're similar, but they're different. Can you tell? They're not the same. So you are getting different colors and different tones. The only thing is you are getting that one and that one are the same. Yep, in person they look exactly the same. So that's compared to 2013. If you skipped out on last year and you only got 2013 because of the packaging, this is your comparison. It's up to you whether you feel the need to get this one. Comparing it to 2013, I see a difference. So you are going to get another set of 5. 4 plus 5, you get 9 blushes here, plus your bronzer right there. So that's for 2013. Now I'm going to compare it to last year's. Okay, so if you guys remember, this was last year's. It was the Pinup Girl one, and it came with the barrettes. I kept the barrettes on there. Super bulky packaging where you had to click down on this thing. There goes the insert. Super bulky here. You can actually pull the palette out of here and then place it elsewhere. I just kept it in here. Again, I had to keep the insert because I needed to know the names of them. And there are no repeats from last year to this year. So I'm going to show you this year's and last year's. So here is the one that came out this year, and this was last year's. As you can see, it's a similar tone. I could see a lot of mauves in here. I could see a lot of neutral colors. So these two are more comparable than 2013's, which I just recently showed you. There are no repeats at all between this one and this one. There are no repeats. You do get these two, which is called Breathless. This is Breathless from last year, and then Prim. Those two are similar, just that Breathless is a little bit lighter than Prim is. I would say that maybe this one right here from last year's palette, which is called Irresistible, which was one of my favorites, maybe very close to Smashing right here. So I can see some similarities in these. They're not exactly the same, but there are similar colors. So if you do have last year's and you are considering this year, unless you're a collector or someone that really wants to get more bang for their buck, because I know that each of these individually is what, like between $30 to $40. I don't even know, like $28 to $35. I can't remember how much an individual Tarte blush is, but for $44 you are getting your money's worth. So it's up to you. I see similar colors in last year's versus this year's, so you could pass out on it. You really don't need this year's colors, but it is beautiful. They're similar but not exactly the same, so it's up to you. There you go. You can see the prettiness of it. Every year I look forward to this particular palette. I kid you not. If I don't get this palette, I have a heart attack. Quick story, I said this last year for the very first one. I actually went to New York City and I went to between 6 to 7 Sephora's and finally found it because it was sold out everywhere in my area. It so happens that every year Mr. Man and I go on a yearly trip to Manhattan, and it so happened that it was around the Christmas time that we went, and I was lucky enough to snag one of these suckers because it was sold out everywhere. So I am very happy that I have this. I will definitely get use out of it. It is definitely 110% worth your money if you are If you love Tarte blushes, if you haven't tried Tarte blushes, if you're giving this as a gift, so far, I would say as far as the packaging goes, this year is the best. I'm not too fond of the black coming off, but it's not like where it's constantly coming off. It's just, look at that. I guess if your hands are wet, it'll come off, but I can live with that. The reason why I can live with that is because they finally listened to us and they put the names on the actual packaging. I can get rid of this insert finally. The colors are beautiful. I got one shimmer, all matte, and these are beautiful colors. These are really, really nice colors. I love how it looks on my cheeks. I love how it blended on my cheeks. I love that I didn't have to use too much effort, and you saw the pigmentation. I just dabbed in there. I didn't like swirl it. I dabbed with my blush brush and then I put it on, and the pigmentation was hands down there. So yes, I would recommend it. If you are a collector, get your hands on it. If you are someone who has not owned any of them and are considering it, get your hands on it. If you have last year's and you're on the fence, I don't see you really needing it if you have last year's, but if you have 2013s because you didn't like last year's packaging, they are different, so you will get a variation of color. So that is my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me down in the comment section if there are any other holiday palettes you guys want me to review. I just did today, literally I just placed an order today for a few more holiday palettes, and unfortunately I did return the Too Faced Le Grand Palace, whatever, however you call that one. It was bad. I am an eyeshadow hoarder and it was bad. I did not like it. If you follow me on Snappy Chappy, you guys would have seen all the glitter all over my face. I did give it a fair shot. I wore it more than once to really see if it was just my error, but no. It's not worth it, and I'm sure you guys have seen a million reviews, so I just returned it and didn't even bother to do a review for you guys because I already voiced my opinion, and I was so sad to return that because you guys know my obsession with eyeshadows. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the family. Like this video if you did like it. Do not forget to follow me on my social media, especially Snappy Chappy, because that's where I will give you inside things on my everyday life and products that I do get or want to review for you guys or are upcoming. So don't forget to follow me there. Everything's down in the description box. I will link this palette down in the description box, the name of it, where you can find it, so get your hands on it. If you're waiting for the VIB sale and you are not VIB Rouge, you better be on that computer like as soon as the rest of the VIBs and everyone else can get it, because it always sells out after VIB Rouge get their few days. It will sell out. I'm not lying to you, it will sell out. So just a fair warning if you are waiting for that day to save your 20% off, which I don't blame you, but you gotta jump on that sucker. So thank you again for all of your support, and don't forget that a smile is the best makeup a girl can wear.